is Aldo Gonzalez, and I'm the Immigration Services Coordinator here at Lucha. Lucha is a little more broad. We do have this immigration program that's my program, but we also have a program of mass incarceration. We call it the Mass Liberation Program to try to shut down private prisons. That's tied into immigration as well. We also have an education program to increase public school quality here in Arizona, and we also do civic engagement. My personal connection to immigration, I came here when I was 4 years old, undocumented, and eventually I became a resident and then eventually a citizen. But I have family members who are undocumented, who have DACA, and we have a lot of mixed status family members. So what happens in the news, deportations, like that's not something that my family isn't affected by. So it affects me personally, and that's why I do it. It actually was a lot more than we have in the previous years, but we endorsed Raquel Teran for Legislative District 30. She's actually a longtime activist here in Arizona, really well known around the state. This was her second time running in her district, and she won. We also backed David Garcia, who ran for governor. He lost the election this year. Also, January Contreras, she ran for Attorney General, and she lost the election. Also supported Gilbert Romero, who actually used to work for Lucha. There's also Hoffman for superintendent, and she won that seat. I think the biggest one, we didn't endorse her, but it was a very important seat, and that was Kirsten Sinema, who won U.S. Senate. They're more empathetic towards other people and like the struggles that they face. So even though they may not face the same exact problems, they know that there's it's a hard world, and everyone needs to be helped at some point. As opposed to someone who was born with a lot of money, they haven't had a struggle their whole life. They have an idea that, I did it. Why can't this other person do it? When in reality, they didn't really work for it. It was just kind of given to them. So we're more likely to be in solidarity with other communities that aren't our community, like Native Americans, the Black community, LGBTQ, just because we can be in solidarity with them. It has been seeing our members come in for a service. They're scared. They don't know what to expect, and just feel lost, confused, and maybe even sometimes depressed. And as they get that service and they become involved, they just become fearless, and they know what's going on. And then they take up leadership here. We have several members who came here to get their DACA, and then eventually they became volunteers and volunteer leaders, to the point where they were offered a job. And no matter where those people go, even if they don't stay at Lucha, they have that their way of thinking has changed, because they're no longer just someone who is oh, that's the way things are, and it sucks, but I just kind of have to suck it up, to someone who says, you know what, this isn't fair, this isn't just, let's change it. And then they start working towards changing that law, or replacing that politician who's in office who was doing a bad job. So just seeing that change, that transformation is just really, really powerful, and because that happened to me before, and I just see how liberating it can be, and I would like that for everyone. And if everyone was like that, we wouldn't have a lot of the problems that we have.
Hi, my name is Yvette Duarte, and I'm a campaign manager. I'm involved because growing up, I would just see my parents struggle and do certain things, and I decided to get involved in the community. And I actually heard of Lucha through a friend of a friend, and I did some research, and I decided to join them. Struggles that I see my parents having when I was growing up were just something as simple as just getting jobs. It wasn't as easy for them. Just also with jobs, they would just earn minimum wage, and that's another reason we helped push Prop 206 was for a minimum wage. That's also why I became a part of the organization, was because so we can help push Prop 206, which would raise minimum wage. Personal project in Lucha is actually Proposition 206, which is to raise minimum wage. We're organizing to reach out to the youth, the younger voters, and we're also getting involved with a club at ASU, which is called Mecha, and they're helping us out as well. I feel like a lot of the kids have grown up with immigrant children, especially here in Arizona. There's a large Latino community, and a lot of those kids have grown up and seen the real issues that we face having immigrant parents. And I feel like a lot of them have gotten involved because of that. They see that the current administration just doesn't have the same views as us.
Our goal is for our members to run for office. You know, we would love for a single mom who's middle aged, who has an accent, to run for office and win. Someone who's who's an immigrant too, you know, because they are more likely to have our best interests in mind when they're in office. Also, you know, kids of immigrants, because kids of immigrants are, even if they're born here, but their parents, they see their parents struggling, they can, these struggles are more important to them than if they have no interaction with that kind of struggle.